All right, so here with day 2 of Duet Night Abyss, I stayed up for quite a while last night playing. Um, I I think it was like close to 4 a.m. I did have some issues with the game, but I feel like that's more on my PC and not the game itself. So here I just wanted to go over, yeah, kind of my progress, where I'm at, my thoughts, and go over like some of what the community has been talking about and stuff like that. So to start off, I am level 25.
Let's go.
Veronica is level 30. I have the weapon that I have on her is level 35. I haven't really leveled up much else. These are my 2 support characters that I'm using right now.
Are you inviting me?
I do have them leveled up to level 19 because they were just kind of like dying and falling over, but I haven't leveled up the weapons or anything for them. And then the assault rifle here, I haven't leveled up either.
Let's go.
Hold on, wrong character. This one, yeah. I haven't leveled it up because I also ran out of XP books. I did just get some codes, so there we go. But yeah, I ended up running out of XP books, and I didn't feel like running it again last night because I did all that like right before I got off. So, some initial thoughts about the game. I am really enjoying it quite a bit. I'm liking the story so far. Now, the one issue that I've had with the story, I felt it was going great. And then this motherfucker popped up. Luno. No, Snow? Snow? I don't know. It looks like Luno from the Luno Adventure Notes, but I honestly already forgot her name. I think it's Snow. She's kind of like the Paimon of this game, unfortunately. I did quite enjoy Weathering Waves for the fact that there wasn't constantly a character there telling us like what's going on, right? And if that exposition was given to us, it was kind of given as like Rover's thoughts, but it's also the start of the game, so it makes sense that to have a character like explain everything that we the player don't know. I just wish it wasn't the stereotypical like annoying small chibi character. That's the one thing that my biggest gripe for story wise so far. It did drag once I got into the city, but that's also because it had to set up a lot of world building. But that world building in some parts was very good. So going ahead and getting into some spoilers here. Shortly after you walk into the city, you get set up. I'm pretty sure, I think it's after you go to your house and things like that. After that, you end up coming to the square where I'm at. And then someone gets shot. Like there's this old guy who's getting like beaten up by the guards. His son comes out to try and save him and check on him, and the guard just shoots him. And then from there it's established that like, yeah, this is not like a great city. People are hungry. Don't upset the guards or else you'll die, right? Like it's just a really bad place. So that kind of really sets the tone. And I think it sets the tone quite well. All the story and scenes and everything beforehand, before we get here as well, is amazing. I love it. The graphics are great. I ended up having to turn down some of them because last night I was, and this is going to get into the performance issues that I ran into. Last night I was, granted, triple streaming. I was streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Also running the game on extreme settings, which before the game launched, I had went into the settings and like changed everything, but I guess it didn't save. So it was running on extreme settings. That caused like my PC to just like completely freak out. Like, I don't know. I had no bitrate on any of my streams. The only stream that was doing okay was my TikTok stream. Other than that, the YouTube and Twitch stream was just down the drain. However, the game was running fine. So I have heard that a lot of people in the community are having issues with this game and bugs and things. I haven't experienced any of that. Not even like the odd bug, right? Like not even something small that I'm like, yeah, that's kind of weird. It's probably a bug. I haven't ran into a single thing. Now, some of the things I've been seeing is if you're playing with a controller on PC, there are some issues there, not only with the like controls and control layout, but also like some visual bugs and things like that. I know that there's a ton of issues on mobile. Mobile seems very unoptimized. However, my only thing I kind of say to that is mobile is a very tricky thing because there's so many different devices that this game can run on, along with so many different settings. But I understand that these people probably understand the limitations of their phone, adjust the settings accordingly, and it is still not optimized. If that's the case, then yeah, I can understand the frustration there with that, but I haven't experienced any of that, and I was even like triple streaming, like I said, and the game was running fine the whole time. Actually, no, I take it back. At the very start, there's this cutscene, and I guess it like builds up, and there's a lot of stuff going on screen. I didn't know because that cutscene froze. So yeah, I take that back. I did have one technical difficulty or technical performance issue, and the cutscene I was trying to watch was completely frozen. And then some more spoilers here. It was when the resonance ability of the main character like awakens, and then that whole sequence, yeah, it just froze. So I didn't get to see any of that until everything that happened afterwards, after they like, it looked like they merged. Like I don't even really know what happened on the screen, because it was, yeah, it was frozen. I love the UI. I really love, so if you look here, so they condense some, not all, but some of the dialogue. Instead of like sitting here talking to the other person, you have a dialogue box on the, where is it? Left side, right above the health bar. It's going to show a picture of who's talking, and then like a little like sound wave thingy. That's great. And it also has the subtitles for it right there as well. Amazing. I love that. It cuts down on a lot of the like dialogue of you just like sitting there and talking to someone. And I feel like it goes great instead of having, even just like if they were to do that but then have the subtitles in the middle, I think just off to the side, amazing. I feel like it clears up the UI a lot, even though it technically takes up more space. It just feels cleaner than just having the subtitles in the middle. I don't know why. Mechanics and stuff, it feels pretty good. I have seen people say that it feels floaty, and I can agree to that. The only character I've like really used, in all honesty, is this one right here, Veronica. But yeah, I haven't really used any of the other ones. She feels pretty good, but I can definitely see the floaty feeling. Like, there doesn't feel like there's a lot of weight to the moves that I'm doing. Other than that, for movement, the gun felt a little weird at first. I just had to adjust my sensitivity and stuff like that, and I found like a good, like a good range to where it didn't feel as bad. I like the fact that,
let's go.
you know, you got like you have your slide, you have your dash, you have your helix jump, you can double jump. So like there's a lot of different like movement things that you can do, right? So you can like dash, slide, helix jump, double jump, dash again, glide with your gun, and like, yeah, there's just a lot of different movement tech in the game, which I guess can also lead to a feeling floaty, because you do have to like transition into all those, and if your character has like too much weight, then those movements might not feel as fluid. I feel like that's one thing that maybe they sacrificed combat wise, was to make the combat feel a little less heavy in order to make the movement and stuff like that feel a lot more free. Okay, and yeah, so right here is kind of like a situational quest, I guess you could call it. Every now and then these will pop up. They have that icon, and they're dependent on like time of day and stuff like that, and they're also just random. I really like that. That's a nice addition. You can end up feeding that cat. What else do we got? I like the home feature. Do I remember where it is? Yeah, so your house. I love this. So all of your, or almost all of your like buttons right here, they're just going to be here in this house, right? Right here you have commissions. Right here you have your forging. Right here you have the shop. Here you have myriad. I'm assuming there's going to be something else right here eventually. You can also set up your characters for display here. Then there's this right here, Sand Realm Meditation. It's in the very first thing in that name, Sand Realm. It's a sandbox. You get to set up whatever enemies you want, however many, or not however many, there's a limit, but a decent amount of enemies, and you can set up waves. You can just set up all this stuff for testing, right? You can test your weapons, test your characters, It's just endless. And I feel like that's an amazing thing to have, like, just right off the bat for launch. So yeah, I love this feature. And then I'm trying to remember, settle's the button. So settle, you have armchair, seat, window wall. Maybe there will be more in the future, I'm not sure, but yeah, this is where you can set up your people that you've come across. And there's plenty of areas for you to sit as well. So yeah, this house area feels very nice. I like it. Now with all the customization that they have in this game, I hope that they eventually add kind of like customization for the house and stuff as well. Like, let us decorate it for Christmas and stuff like that. But on the lines of communication, cosmetics, there's a lot of cosmetics. So you can change your headgear, face accessory, waist accessory, back piece. You also have your teleport effects. Oh wait, no, this one's your down effect, fallen effect. Yeah, this one's your teleport effect. You have footprint effects, and then you have aura. So just, I wonder if that goes around like all the time. I'm not sure when that activates. Ton of customization. On top of that, you have the straight up cosmetic skins. This one, you can go to the shop, you can get the beginner set for $7.80, which I believe is, with the bonuses, you can get it for $6. Because you can buy this one. Oh wait, no, sorry. That's 600. 120, 600, 720. So $5, $6, $7. $7 with the bonuses. You can go ahead and get all those. Yeah, for all these characters right here. Literally everyone. Except for the main characters, the Fox Hunters. For that, it's right here. 99 cents. And you get it for the Fox Hunters. I feel like that's amazing. Now, there is obviously a lot of different microtransactions in here. It's kind of loaded with them. I expected it. I don't mind it because they have to make money somehow, right? Not having the gacha system. Now, for the thoughts, purchase quantity 1. Okay, so this is also where I was a little confused when I first started playing. It takes 30 thoughts to buy a character. When I came in here and I saw 150, I thought that this meant that you could get a character, full character for 150. That's not the case. You need 30 thoughts. It's 150 for one thought. So you can do the math on that, on how much an actual character would cost. I'm assuming it's going to be close over here to the weapons, which the weapons are going to be like $50 if you outright buy them. But you can just straight up buy all the weapons. You can straight up buy all the thoughts for the characters. That's, you know, that's not bad. Now here, for covert commissions, you get these secret letter cues or clues. You can take these secret letter clues and then you can put them into whichever character you want, whichever weapon you want, or whichever demon wedge you want. Now they are level locked. That's one thing that I didn't realize. And then another mistake I made is make sure to pay attention to what specific weapon goes along with your character. I bought this for Veronica because it was a pistol. I didn't realize that she was dual pistols. And I also bought a lot of these when I didn't need to buy as much. So I am down a lot of secret clues because you can sell your secret letters back, but you don't get the full 10 of the secret clues back. Right? That I don't really like that part. It should be an even one-to-one exchange no matter which way you do it. I made a mistake, so I'm down quite a bit of secret clues, but nonetheless, that's okay. Yeah, here, these are the characters that I've unlocked so far. I don't unlock some more until later. My next one would be Daphne, and then Rebecca. After Rebecca, Lynn. Lynn into Sabile. Sabile into Lady Niffle. So that's what that's going to look like. And then, yeah, a lot of these weapons are just super locked. That one's down to 62 And then demon wedges are all also highly locked. I think the earliest is rank 45. Yeah. So these don't really come in until a little later. However, the drop rates across the board, no matter what level you are, I'm pretty sure, are fixed. Period. Like, I can go and put all these secret letters right now into Margie, and there's going to be no drop rate difference than if I was 20 levels ahead of the spot I'm at now, to my understanding. Yeah, so just lots of cosmetics, lots of cool stuff here. There's a straight up lightsaber, so that's cool. That's a skin for one of the weapons. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying the game. It feels great. I haven't had personally any performance issues. The graphics look great. Another kind of like downside for me that I've noticed is cutscenes are great, graphics are great, voice acting is great, facial expressions and character stances are kind of a hit or a miss. It feels more on the lines of like an HSR where the mouth isn't fully synced up, and on top of that the characters are kind of standing plainly and not really emoting as much. If you came from Wuwa and you're used to like Wuwa's expressions and things like that, this is going to be a step down for sure. However, if you're coming over from yeah, I guess the only one that I would have experience from would be HSR. I know back when I played Genshin also had the same issue of like static faces, not emoting as much. I'm not sure if they've fixed that since then, but if Genshin is still similar to HSR in that animation regard, then it's closer to those than it is to Wuwa. So that is something that I feel like they can definitely improve on. And Wuwa also didn't get where it's at now overnight. Wuwa had a lot of like character stance issues, lip syncing issues, camera angle issues within 1.0. However, over time, they improved that and it just patch after patch got better and better. So we're just gonna have to wait and see until 1.1 to see truly how this game will do. If not a lot of things are adjusted by 1.2, then I would expect a pretty slow, more along the line of like Hoyoverse games improvements. However, I'm erring on the side of being optimistic and hoping they follow the route of Kuro Games and are really on top of the community, are really have their, you know, their finger to the pulse of everything and know when and what they need to adjust. Because Kuro Games have typically been on top of that. However, it is a launch of the game, and when Wuthering Waves launched, it wasn't that great either. So we just have to wait and see how it turns out. For a 1.0 release, so far, fairly good. Actual story content, great. Actual combat, great. Actual explanation of things, great. And yeah, that's going to be my thoughts and feelings on everything so far. I'm going to get back to the stream. I'm going to play some more, and then I'll check in with you guys, I guess, on day 3 to cap out my day 2 and stuff like that, and update you on my feelings then. So until I see you guys next time, have a wonderful day. Peace.